It is my honor and privilege to have my buddy here with me. He's sitting right next to me. I used to see him doing a salsa when he caught a touchdown pass for the New York Giants. Now he is our colleague in his first day on the job here at ESPN. Former standout wide receiver for the New York Giants. Now a member of the ESPN family, one and only Victor Cruz. How you doing, man? How's everything?
Doing great, man. First day, excited to be here.
So that means you're a rookie. You understand that, right? That means you're a rookie. That means that you're not the player anymore. I'm the player. You're the rookie. You understand that, right?
I'm fully aware. Man.
So how's it, man? How's the first day on the job been so far?
First day's been good. Done a couple shows, going through the full gamut, talking my talk. It's been fun.
Now, are you ready to talk that talk? Are you ready to sit up there and go like this? Look, he can't play. Look, this brother needs help. Look, this brother he's not putting in the kind of hard work that he needs to be put in. Are you ready to do those things?
I'm ready to make that transition, man. Let's do it.
All right.
Let's do it. Absolutely.
Well, since you said so, let's get right to it. You showed up on national TV this morning on First Take talking to yours truly, and we got into a conversation about Eli Manning because obviously ESPN's got some articles out there and talking about what Eli's worth is compared to that of other quarterbacks. You know, you're taking salaries into consideration combined with their production, and they had Eli Manning second to last, below everybody but Mitchell Trubisky out of Chicago. Your reaction to that?
It's blasphemy, first and foremost. Absolute blasphemy. I mean, mainly because you're just taking that off of, I'm assuming, just a year prior, his production that year, which wasn't great due to injuries and a multitude of things.
Right.
And then you're taking into account how much money he's making from his initial contract, his current contract that he has. So do I think he's a much better quarterback than what's stated in that list? Absolutely, mainly because of his production when it matters most. Super Bowl games, 2-time Super Bowl MVP. When it's time to win the big one and win the games that matter and the ones that count, he's come through each and every time, and I think you can't put a percentage or a number on that type of production.
Well, what about these numbers? What about the fact that the Giants have missed the playoffs 5 of the last 6 years, 7 of the last 9 years? What about the fact that this man has been paid $266.8 million in his career, but those kind of statistics are still put out there? So when you look at it from that perspective, clearly he's not the second worst quarterback in the National Football League. That would be blasphemous. But when you talk about the money that he's been paid and whether or not that's commensurate with the level of production he's put forth, what do you say to that?
I could see that. I understand how someone could make that claim about, obviously it's a valid claim given his production due to his salary. But I just think, the two times they did make the playoffs and they made the playoffs, Stephen, they won the Super Bowl.
Okay.
So I think you can't go, obviously there's 6 years in between that they didn't make the playoffs that were obviously not, totally up to him or totally, his fault per se. There's defensive issues and things that happen and injuries. Obviously all of that plays a part and takes into consideration. But I think Eli he's in a position now, especially specifically, to quiet those rumors and quiet those people, those naysayers that don't believe in him in this point in his career.
I'm talking to my colleague, Victor Cruz, sitting right here next to me, former New York Giants. He's right here with Stephen A. on the Stephen A. Smith Show, ESPN Radio and ESPN News. What the hell happened to the Giants last year? Put it in your perspective.
Well, in my perspective, well, one, they should have brought me back last year. Let's just start with that. Now that this is my first day and I'm a rookie, let's start with that. They should have brought me back last year for just some stability at the wide receiver position after having a multitude of injuries. Moving forward from that, obviously those multitude of injuries hurt them. There were games where Eli just wasn't, you could tell he wasn't comfortable passing the football to guys that he, for lack of better words, barely even knew. Guys that were just trying to put the piece of the puzzle together to go out there and perform.
But what do you mean by that? Evan Ingram was there, I understand that, rookie.
Yes.
Brandon Marshall was there, I understand that, new.
But
Sterling Shepard was there.
And
Odell
Beckham
Beckham and Odell Beckham.
Well.
Odell just
and Odell got hurt.
Got it.
Of course. So that combination of all those things, and then obviously an offensive line that wasn't the greatest last year, that didn't keep him, as upright and keep his jersey as clean as possible week in and week out. You add all those things together, that's what got them to the record and to the standing.
How come you didn't mention Ben McAdoo? How come you didn't mention him? Are you just trying to be nice?
No, I'm not trying to be nice.
Are you sure?
At all. It's been well documented that me and McAdoo have not seen eye to eye on a lot of different issues. So I think obviously that was a part of it, the coaching, and I think I wasn't in the locker room, so I don't know per se how the coaching was different from when I was there. But last year, you can tell there was a disconnect between the coaching staff, particularly in the head coach, and the players. I think it had a boiling point, too, when he benched Eli Manning for that one game, not because he was injured or not because of any other reason.
Dumb decision on his part. Deserved to be fired for that alone.
I agree. And the fact, that he did that in that juncture just was another knife to the stomach of fans of the pedigree of Eli Manning and everything. It showed what he felt about that team that year.
Got it.